Then we discuss part B questions. Discuss the advantage of using pointers with example. In a program, pointers are important to reduce the sizes. Then first advantage is pointers are variable that contain address of other variables. Then second, pointers increase the execution speed of the program. It reduces the length and complexity of the program. It enables to access a variable defined outside the function. When it is declared outside the main function, also it read by using pointers. Then syntax, data type star variable. Data type is the type of variable. Star is to identify the variable as pointer. Variable means variable name. Then memory address are simply numbers that can be assigned to some variable name which can be stored in memory like any other variable. Memory address are called pointers. Such hold memory address. The variable which hold memory address are called pointers. Pointers is declared assigned to address of another variable. It uses urinary operator. Then example program, here library function, then main function, here pointer is declared, then assigning variable equal to 101, then this location is assigned to pointer as variable, then declare the output functions. Cout equal to address of variable, here pointer read the variable location and return the output. Next question is write a program to input n cross n matrix and display their product. Here main function, in main function we declare the options as an array in an array format, int a of 10 and 10, b of 10, 10. In this way we are declaring, then enter the row and column of first matrix, then nth matrix where n equal to p means it displays the matrix element. We can initializing the functions. Here we are declaring this is a main function, c in of a of I of j. Enter the element of nth matrix, here c in b of I of j. Here some calculations in this calculation are taken. Here is a multiplication taken. After doing all process, the output is Cout as c of I comma j. Then we get an output. Then we move on to next question. Write a program to generate nth Fibonacci number using array. Here in main function we declare the numbers int n, t1 equal to 0, t2 equal to 1, next term equal to 0. First enter the term number. Enter. This is an use for entering our number. Nth Fibonacci series. So Cout Fibonacci series. Here I equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus I, one each time increment. Then if I equal to 1, then it won't continue the process. Then I equal to 2, continue the process. This continues and keyword. Then t1 plus t2, then next term, then return 0. After that we get when the process is gone. That is, so it produces nth Fibonacci as an output. Then next question, write a function big to find largest of two numbers and this main function to find largest of three numbers. Here we use library function, then main function. In main function float number in declaration is taken, then enter three largest number. So we can enter three number. If n1 greater than or equal to n3, then n go to another condition, n1 greater than or equal to n3, then print largest number is n3 or n1. Else n2 greater than or equal to n3, it may provide largest number is n2, else largest number is n3. Based on user input we get an output. Then explain different type of inheritance in C++. Different type of single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, hybrid inheritance. single inheritance. Single inheritance means we can create subclass from superclass. We can create one subclass from superclass is known as single inheritance. Then multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means we can create more than one superclass. We can create a subclass from more than one superclass is known as multiple inheritance. Then multi-level inheritance. Multi-level means we can create new subclass from an already inherited subclass. We can create one new subclass from the inherited another subclass is known as multi-level inheritance. Then hierarchical inheritance. Hierarchical inheritance means creating more than subclasses from one superclass. We can create more subclasses from one superclass. One superclass is called hierarchical inheritance. Then hybrid inheritance. Hybrid inheritance means more than one inheritance are combining in classes is known as hybrid inheritance. That means if we can inherit the superclass, if one superclass is used, we can create another superclass or combine another superclass and create a subclass is called hybrid inheritance. This is about inheritance. Then we want to move on to next question. Explain public and private inheritance with a suitable example. Public inheritance. In public mode, we have created derived class from base class. That means we can create a class. One base class is there. From that we can derive another class. That is called public inheritance. In this, field and method are accessed by classes and subclasses in current package. This is the lowest level of protection. That means public inheritance is the low level protection. Protection is low. Then private inheritance. Private inheritance means base class, private in the derived class. That means we can inherit from base. Base class is derived from the subclass is derived from superclass, but it is protected. Private, it may be private. Here inherited in subclass. Inherited in subclass, this is highly protected by the specifiers. Example program. Class base class, here private equal to 1, protected equal to 2, public equal to 3. Get private get written private, else we get private derived. Here inherit class private derived. We inherit from private base class to derived class. Then public, here we written protected, else we get public written public. This is what this is an output. Our main function is here private derived object 1. Private cannot be accessed, else protected get protected, or if we give 1 object 1 get protected, it display protected or public, then else it display none values. We move on to next question. Explain major features of OOP. In C++ program, we use number of object and classes. So first feature is as number of object using classes data type. Object are created by combining the data and operations. Object, how we create an object? Object are created by combining the data and related operation. Only the method related to the particular object can access the data. In a program, particular object can access the data. Data define the characters and function of the object. In C++ programming, data define the characteristics and function of an object. It focuses on data. Data is not available outside the function. Object can communicate with each other through function. Object can communicate with each other through function. Here bottom up approach is followed. In book programming, bottom up approach is followed. Then to create new object, new data and method is added to an existing class. If we want to create a new object in a same programs, new data and method are added in existing class to create an object. It can respond on different messages. It can respond differently to different message. By it, user can communicate through the object. In a program, object communicate each other. In a main function, if you want to create another one new object, then it takes new data and method and added to existing class. It comes under class is one, but we can create many objects to solve a program. This is about the